Okay, welcome back to the show. We're going to be ranking our top five scariest towns here in the state of Iowa. Bryce, anything scary in Iowa is like Weenie Hut Juniors to another state. So when we say it's scary in Iowa, it's really not that scary, but we're trying to find what we can here in Iowa to get a little
Yeah.
content out of it. And I don't know how you ranked your list. I went off like some crime rates, some towns where you just get an eerie feeling,
hmm
some haunt, some ghost activity, maybe a little mix
Yeah.
of all the above in there is
Yes.
where I'll be ranking my list.
A lot of it was vibes showing up in the town, feeling unsafe for maybe not even any reason. Like a lot of times I'm driving through a town, I don't care about the crime rate. Like I'm not
Hmm.
usually too worried about where I'm at in Iowa. So it's vibes. It's whether you have a haunting, a ghost story in your town, a little bit of crime. Yeah. A little bit of crime had to be factored in for sure.
Go ahead, do the honors, Bryce, and lead us off with your number five.
I'm going to kick us off with Council Bluffs. Yes, it has a higher crime rate per capita than a lot of towns in Iowa, but being that close to Nebraska, that is about as scary as you can get.
Okay.
And that's why they make my number five.
Yeah, I thought about putting Council Bluffs on my list. I just haven't been there enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's good reason, you get close to Nebraska, you want nothing to be associated with them, just out of spite. So
Yeah.
my number five is Dubuque.
Mm-hmm.
Dubuque is one of the prettiest towns in Iowa, right there on the
Yes.
river, the hills, but it's also the oldest town in Iowa.
Yep.
Anytime your town's old, you have old looking buildings. It's outdated down there. It can get a little creepy. And
Mm-hmm.
anytime you're on the Mississippi River, those river towns, it feels a little different, man. So you're old is the number one reason why you ranked as my number five.
Yeah. Old is scary. But we don't want to get
Old,
old. The last thing I want to do is get old.
those
Old is
old.
just a little creepy. Yeah.
It's history. History is fucking
Mm-hmm.
terrifying. So
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what I think of it. Number four, this town is can't help itself but be brought up on this podcast. Ottumwa, Iowa.
Yeah, yeah. Tumwa's made the almost every bad list that we've ever made,
Oh,
and I'm interested to see why you say that. But yeah, I already agree.
it's I think it had a lot of meth. Well, you ever seen that one documentary? Tom, I forget his sister. He's a famous Iowan. He's an actor. His sister was like the meth queen of the
hmm
world or the country at that point. She was running her business
Yeah,
out of Ottumwa. If you're running a meth operation that larger scale out of Ottumwa, that's never a good start. And I feel like Ottumwa's just never lost that reputation ever
yeah,
since then. And
yeah,
it's Ottumwa. It just goes without saying.
yeah. No, it's an appropriate. No matter what your reason is, I understand Atumwa. If you feel a little bit uneasy, Southern Iowa will do that to you in general. I've
Yeah.
been through enough Southern Iowa towns to know that you can feel a little uncomfortable. I'm going to come back to you with Cedar Rapids. Cedar Rapids has made a lot of bad lists as well. And I'm going to go a little mix of the things we've said already. One, it's old. It's got a lot of history. It's on the river, industrial town. It's been flooded, and they've worked their butts off to get this town back in shape. And there's a lot of things we're excited about. The casino, the new Big Grove Brewery, Bohemia is really cool. Nubo District. Walking downtown, I kind of feel like I'm going to get a tetanus, or I need my tetanus shots. There's just a little bit of history down there that just feels a little bit dangerous. Yes, there is a decent amount of crime as well. Cedar Rapids just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies, especially if you're in the downtown area.
I've been in a lot of bars in a lot of different towns here in the state of Iowa, but when you lived and spent your time in Cedar Rapids, I've experienced shooting. Remember at the Liquid
Yeah,
Lounge?
yeah, we actually heard a shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, people go running
hmm
down the street. So, when you go to Cedar Rapids, you just get a little tight, little
Yep.
uneasy about things about your surroundings.
It's just a mixed bag of characters. We definitely witnessed a shooting. Yeah, there's just something about it. I'll
That was
circle back, Nate, with one that we're also very, very familiar with. It's not too far out your back door. I guess it's east of you, northeast of you, Waterloo. Um, Again, I like going to Cedar Rapids. I like actually going to Waterloo. When I'm in Waterloo, I feel a little bit uneasy. And it's not just the crime, it's just kind of the feeling of it. Like it's kind of run down. There's some cool spots, and then all of a sudden it's just like an abandoned warehouse. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this here? Like it should be fun, but it just kind of gives me the heebie jeebies.
someone who said it best once, and this is who's not. I mean, I can't think of my words today, but he's from my coworker was from Africa, and he moved to Iowa, lived in Waterloo, and he hated it, so he moved to Cedar Falls. And I'm like, what was the difference? He says, people in Waterloo, they don't wave at you. People in Cedar Falls, they wave at you. Waterloo, they want to hurt
Yeah.
me. They want to hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. It's not very friendly.
no.
A lot of rundown stuff. There is cool stuff mixed in, but I just don't feel great when I'm down there.
Imagine if Waterloo didn't have like Cedar Falls next to it. How much scarier it would be.
Oh, I would never go for one.
Oh my God. Right?
Yeah.
What reason do you
Mhm.
find yourself in Waterloo?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So that was your number 3?
That was my 3.
Okay. My number 3 is Fort Madison.
Mm.
You get,
Mm-hmm.
first off, you get towards the river in Iowa, it gets a little scary. Now you start
Yep.
getting below Dubuque and farther southeast down that river and towards Missouri and closer. And obviously, the closer you get to Illinois is always the worst. But Fort Madison's got some history. They got the scary prison. Anytime you got a
Mm-hmm.
prison here in the state of Iowa, that's scary.
Yep.
It's just right there on the east side of town. And they have the old Fort Madison, which I believe like a war took place between some Indians and some settlers trying to make land there. So a
Yep.
lot of history. You're on the river, and every time I've been there, it's cloudy, and you got the prison.
Yeah. I, I feel that we played Fort Madison in football twice. I've been there only probably 3 times in my life, but Southern Iowa in general, as a fellow Southern Iowan, this is coming from a place of, I understand you. It's just kind of sketchy. It's not great. It feels run down. As soon as you get south of I-80, things change. It feels like you're in Missouri, kind of feels like you're in the South.
Mhm.
And it's just, I get it. Whatever feeling you have about Fort Madison, I sympathize.
My number 2, Bryce, is Fort Dodge.
Yeah.
I'm sure which would be number 1 on a lot of people's list. I know Fort Dodge. Okay, I spent a lot of time there. God bless Taco Tico. It's
Mm-hmm.
the only thing keeping it from being number 1 on my list. There's no doubt about it. But I've been in some areas of Fort Dodge where you are not safe, and I've heard stories, a lot of stories about Fort Dodge, and it's a place where you question on which side of town you want to be in sometimes.
Yep. Yep. 100%. You'll see that. That is my number 1, Nate. I'm going with the entire Quad Cities. I have not spent a ton of time in the Quad Cities, and most of them have been good, but I definitely feel strange. And a lot of it is the exact same thing you described about Dubuque. It's older. It's just a little sketch. The people are fine. I have no issue with any of the people over there. A little bit higher crime, old river town. It's just a little rough.
Yeah, I always had a hard judgment in the Quad Cities until Madison was at school there for a
Yep.
while, and I became to love it a little bit more. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand where you're coming from. There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
My number 1. I mean, this is just fucking terrifying. Villisca, Iowa. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides the fact of what happened in Villisca, the name itself is scary.
Yeah.
Villisca, without knowing its history, some shit took place there. Now you add in one of the most terrifying murder mysteries in the entire
Yep.
country, and then you
Mm-hmm.
add the name Villisca on top of it.
If
That's
your
bone
town has
chilling.
axe murder in its history, it deserves to be on a scary list, and it does.
And then you
Um,
then you name it Villisca. I feel like that axe murder happened first, and they're like, we got to rename this town to make it more fitting. Let's name this town Villisca.
yeah, you throw a V in there, and everything seems a little bit more dangerous.
Villisca.
Nate, I kind of gave you a preview of my number 1. It is Fort Dodge. Fort Dodge is disturbingly high crime rate. It for weird reasons. It's right in the middle of Iowa. It seems like it should be on the up and up. Seems like it should have the heart and soul of Iowa nice. It doesn't. It's just not a beautiful town. It's a little bit. It does have haunting in it. There's a little bit of a haunting story at the Banwell Bridge.
Yes.
A mother threw her children off this bridge. Like there's bad juju in Fort Dodge, and
I've
every
been to
Iowan
that
knows
bridge.
it.
Remember my story about that bridge?
I do.
The
Yep.
car locked? Yeah, man.
Yep.
Dirty Dodge, Fort Dirty.
I don't trust Dodge as far as I can throw it,
No.
which
No.
isn't very far.
Stay away. Stay away. Good list. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, these towns, these are Weenie Hut Juniors compared to other scary towns in like Missouri. God knows what their story is, or like in Alabama or something like that. There's some shit down there where you would feel incredibly unwelcomed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's some spots where you just get the feeling. In those 5 towns, I think we get the feeling.
Yeah. So good list. Good list.
Yep.
I think, you know what? I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
don't
I
know what
agree.
I'm thinking.
I'm out of thoughts.
There's no
too.
thoughts to be had today. We have these podcasts. We warn people. Sometimes it's Monday mushies. That's what
Yep.
we are. That means
Yep.
next week's going to be a great podcast. Hopefully, if the Hawkeye win.
Great Labor Day. It's hate week. Let's go.
Survive the
Awesome.
week,
A lot of
everyone.
reason to be excited.
Survive the week, everyone. Just good luck out there. It's a hostile week. You're in the same fishbowl as your rivals, so just be nice to one each other.